Hey everybody, it's Brian from Brianopolis. I have an important message today and I hope you'll listen to it and hear me. And this isn't necessarily directed towards you, but it kind of is. It's for all of us that are seeing what's going on right now and we're not speaking up about it. Right now in this country, Asian people are being treated terribly. It's become so unbearable for so many people that I even have a friend of mine who posted a picture the other day of him wearing a bulletproof vest. And he wears it when he goes out in public because of these attacks that have been going on across the country. And there's so much passive aggressivity toward Asian people as well. And, I just think it really needs to stop. I personally don't understand that kind of xenophobia. I don't understand it. I never understood it, and I will never understand it. My experience in life is that people who are from different backgrounds and different cultures are amazing, and we need to get to know them because it makes our lives fuller. And not only that, a lot of Asian people are born here and have been generationally here and present in this country, but they've been marginalized. And it's just sickening. I have so many friends who are Asian that their families have been here as long as mine. Families that came during the gold rush, for example, out in the West, and during different phases of immigration here on the East Coast as well. And being part of immigrant communities, as I have for the past 25 years, I have noticed that there's like a pecking order of immigrants and the way that people are treated. And of course, the whiter the immigrant, the better they're treated. And then it kind of, there's this scale, and even within ethnicities, there's a scale that goes on. Like, for example, in Hispanic culture, people from Argentina and Chile, and some of the different countries that are more economically sound than other countries get treated better because of their economic advantage. People from Mexico, even if they come from a wealthy family, just being from Mexico, they get treated as less than. And Asians are not even considered most of the time. We always think about, in this country, we have white people, black people, and Hispanic people. Those are sort of the main groups because, there's a white majority, there's a black and Hispanic almost equal in their status. And those groups are growing and growing and growing. And so people have given a lot of attention to what's going on, and they get services that other immigrant groups don't get. For example, I was just at the DMV here in Florida the other day, and they had languages represented in Spanish and Creole, which, is the language spoken in Haiti. And that's, of course, because those are the biggest populations that have immigrated here in Florida. But there are a lot of Asian people here, too, and they're marginalized and they're treated differently. And, as somebody who has grown up in a marginalized group himself, I know what it's like when people just look right through you. It's like they see you as a person, but they don't really want to know you or understand who you are and where you're coming from. And I feel like that happens to Asian people. I think that, for example, Chinese, Vietnamese, Japanese, Korean, Taiwanese, all of these, Filipino, so many different places. And even Asians include, the South Asians, like Pakistanis and Indians and Nepali people. And you just have to go on YouTube and search, and you will see in recent weeks these people have been targeted with violence in many different contexts, not just the big shooting rampage that went on in Atlanta. And well, we just need to talk about it, because if we don't tell people that we are opposed to what is going on right now in these hate crimes against Asian people, then we are part of the problem. We can't just say, oh, wow, it really stinks what's happening to them. Maybe you don't know Asian people. Maybe the only Asian people that you come across in your life are the people that you see when you pick up your Chinese food order or get your pedicure or something like that. And that just allows you to continue to see Asian people as less than, because you just see them as servicing you. But that's not the reality. Most Asian people in this country do not work in those kinds of jobs. They're highly educated, intelligent people who work in a variety of industries. And just because you don't know them and haven't seen them, or they're not part of your existence, doesn't mean that they shouldn't matter to you. I'm sorry for getting so upset about this, but guys, it hurts me. And if it doesn't hurt you when you see it happening, then there's something wrong with you. You know, there's something severely wrong with somebody who can be a part of a community and refuse to support those in the community who are being treated badly. And unfortunately, it's something that we're all so used to. So many of us consistently just ignore problems that go on around us. You know, when Black Lives Matter became that big catchphrase, a lot of white people were so incensed that that terminology was used, because they're like, oh, well, we don't matter then because we're white and Black Lives Matter. You know, it's part of some kind of terroristic kind of, you know, group or whatever. And, you know, it's ridiculous. They refuse to see what's straight in front of their eyes. And, you know, that's just the tip of the iceberg. And I don't want to continue adding to the conversation where I'm calling everybody racist just because they don't know or have friends that are from different ethnicities. Sometimes, you know, people live in monocultures. I lived in a monoculture for a while when I was in high school. I lived in this small town in Pennsylvania for about 3 or 4 years where there literally were no people of color in my school district, and probably not in the surrounding area, because you wouldn't even see people of color at all represented shopping at the grocery store or, you know, anything. I mean, really. And even the people that we played in athletics, there weren't many people of color. And so it was easy to kind of think of yourself as being separate and even better than these other groups. And, well, it's a shame because, you know, and this goes out to Hispanic people too, and to Black people and to white people and everybody, because we all kind of live in our own little monocultures. And I don't know why this is. It even happens to me where I end up getting, you know, if I'm looking for a place to rent or something, I tend to get preferential treatment from white landlords. That just happens. I've gone on, you know, to try to get housing, like in Winchester. I found 2 places that were owned by Hispanic people in Winchester, and I got the feeling that they didn't want to rent to me because I was American. Maybe they were mistrustful of me. Maybe they had some experience with American people that was negative, and they didn't want to rent to me, that they wanted to rent to people that were of their own background. And I get that, you know, it's racism, either way you put it, but, you know, it's a protectionism that happens. And, well, we need to be more protective of everyone in our society, because it's not just us against them, it's like all of us. And if one of us is down and struggling and being attacked, then we are all down and struggling and being attacked. Don't you see that? Doesn't everybody see that? I don't know what else to say. I just, you know, just please do something, speak up, put something in your Facebook status saying that you stand with and support our Asian brothers and sisters. Let them know that you are there for them, because sure, you may be friends with them and you're like, oh, well, I'm supportive because I'm friends with somebody who's Asian. Well, no, unless you reach out to that person and say, hey, I really do not support any of this that's going on. Is there anything that I can do to make things better for you, to make you feel more supported. Maybe they'll say, no, you're fine, it's okay. Or maybe they'll say, yeah, you could speak up. And there are probably people on your friends list who secretly are racist against Asians, or maybe not so secretly. But, you know, if you are silent, then all you're doing is being part of the problem that is just going to continue and fester and get worse. And if that happens, we are in for a serious rude awakening as a country if we do not learn to support and love and live together. Right? Am I right? I know I'm right. So anyway, I hope this video reaches somebody. Share it if you agree with me, and maybe that's what you can do. Just share this video. You don't even have to say anything or post anything. Just share this video and, you know, just get the word out there that we need to stand with and support our Asian brothers and sisters in this time when racism is rearing its head in a very, very shocking and ugly way. All right, guys, I'm Brian. Thanks for watching Brianopolis, and I will see you next time.